Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Welcome to English for Daily Life Abroad episode 1. My name is Alessandra Ivania Putri. And in this episode, we will explore one of the most useful topic for anyone who plans to travel, study, or live in another country. It is public transportation and navigation. Now, let's imagine this. You've just arrived in a new country after a long flight, and you finally leave the airport and exciting to explore a new place. Everything around feels a difference. The language, the people, the sign, and even the transportation system. Then one question suddenly comes to your mind. How do I get to my hotel? Maybe you see a bus, a train, a taxi, or a subway station, but you are not sure which one to take. You may also wonder where to buy a ticket, which platform you should to go, or how to ask someone for help for your directions. If you ever travel abroad or even imagine doing so, you've probably thought about a situation like this. And a good news is that you don't need to speak English to travel confidently because in fact, knowing a few simple words and expressions is often enough to help you communication, ask for assistance, and reach your destination. Throughout in this episode, we will follow a common travel journey from leaving the airport, choosing a transportation, buying a ticket, and understanding how to get a new city. Along the way, we will also learn useful vocabulary and everyday expression so you can actually use in the real life situation. So, let's begin! So, when you're traveling abroad, there are many ways to get one from a place to another. One of the common options is the bus. Buses are usually affordable and are available in more cities, making them popular choice for both a local or a tourist. And another option is the train, which is often used for a longer trips or traveling between the cities. In many countries, the trains are faster, comfortable, and arrive on time. And if you're visiting a large city, you will probably use the subway, also known as the metro. Since it's actually runs underground, it is convenient to avoid traffic and reach your destination more quickly. You can also choose a taxi if you want to travel directly to a specific place. Throughout taxi usually more expensive than a public transportation. They can be a good option if you're carrying heavy luggage or traveling late night. And some country people also use ride-hailing apps such as Grab or Uber. This service allow you to book ride directly from your phone. Each type of transportation has its own advantages. The best choice depends on your destination, your budget, and your amount of time you have. Now that we've become familiar with some common type of a public transportation, the next step is understanding the words you will often see and hear while using them. Whether you're a bus stop, a train station, or a busway platform, these words appear anywhere. Learning them will help you to understand a sign, ask a question, and travel more confidently. Let's look at some useful transportation vocabulary. The first word is station. A station is a place where trains or a subway arrive and depart. It's usually the starting point of your journey. Next is bus stop. A bus stop is where people wait for a bus. You will normally find a bus stop along the side of the road, often with signs showing the bus number and the routes. And another important word is platform. Platform is the place where a passenger waits before getting on a train or a subway. If you're at a large station, Always check the platform first, the platform number, and carefully to make sure you're boarding the correct train. Okay. You will also hear the word fare. A fare is simply the amount of the money you pay for your journey. Another useful word is route. A route is a path that a bus or a trains follow to reach a different destination. And finally, we have the word destination. Your destination is the place you're trying to reach, whether a hotel, a university, a shopping mall, or a tourist attraction. These words may seem simple, but you will come across them almost every time you see a public transportation abroad. Knowing these words is a great start. However, understanding vocabulary alone isn't enough. The next thing you will probably need to do is buy a ticket. And in many situations, that means asking a few simple questions in English. Let's see which expressions are the most useful. Whether you're talking a bus, a train, or the subway, you will usually need to buy a ticket before starting your journey. Although the process may be slightly different in each country, the English expression is used are often very similar. If you're buying your ticket at a ticket counter, you can start saying by, "Excuse me, I'd like to one ticket to Central Park Station, please." If you already know you will be returning later, you can ask for a round-trip ticket instead. Another useful question is, how much this fare? The word fare simply means the cost of your trip. If you like to pay using your card, you can ask, "Can I pay by a card?" And if you're not sure where you'll buy your ticket, you can simply say, "Excuse me, where can I buy a ticket?" These expressions are simply, polite, and easy to remember. More importantly, they are commonly used in everyday situations. So, learning them can make your journey much easier. Of course, buying a ticket is only the first step. Once you have your ticket, the next thing you need to do is find the correct train, a bus, and subway. For to do that, it's important to understand the sign you will see around the station. When you enter a station, you will notice many different signs that help passengers find their way. One of the first signs you will probably see is the Enquire, which is show where to enter the station. When you've reached your destination, simply follow the sign that say exit. You will also see a sign for a ticket office or a ticket counter where you can buy a ticket or ask for information if you need assistance. Another important sign is platform. Every train usually departs from a specific platform, so always check the platform number carefully before boarding. If you need to change from one train line to another, look for the sign that say transfer. You will also find an information board showing departure and arrival. Departure tells you about trains or buses they are leaving, while arrival shows a transportation that has reached the station. Understanding this sign can make your journey much smoother, even before you ask someone for help. Even with the clear sign, there may still be a moment when you feel unsure. Maybe you can't find the right platform, maybe you're wondering when the next train will be arrive, or perhaps you're not certain that you're in the right place. In these situations, asking a simple question can make all the difference. You can say, "Excuse me, which platform should I go to?" Or, "It is the right platform for the airport train?" Or you can say, What times does the next train arrive? If you're using a ticket machine for the first time, you also can say, "Excuse me, could you help me to use the ticket machine?" Remember, asking question politely is completely normal and most people will be happy to help. Now that can you to know how to buy a ticket and find a right platform, you are ready to begin your journey. But after leaving the station, you may still need to find your destination. So, in the next session, let's learn how to ask for direction and understand the answer confidently. So far, we've learned how to use public transportation, buy a ticket, and understand common station signs. At this point, you may already feel more confident moving around in new city. But in real life, things don't always go perfectly. Sometimes you might still feel lost even after following the sign. Maybe the station is too big, or maybe there are too many exits, or maybe your phone navigation is not very clear. In situations like this, one skill becomes very important. It is asking for direction in English. When you need help, the easiest and the most politely way to start is, "Excuse me, could you help me?" And in this sentence is very simple, but it works in almost any situation. And after that, you can ask more specific question depending on where you want to go. For the examples like, how can I get the city center? Or where is the nearest bus stop? Or is this the right way to the museum? Or can you show me the direction to the hotel? These expressions are short, but they are very powerful when you are in a foreign country. And now imagine, it's someone giving you a direction. At the first, it might sound a little fast, but most directions usually use simple words. You may hear things like, go straight ahead, turn left at the traffic light, turn right after the supermarket, it's next to the station, it's across from the bank. Take a bus number 5 and get off the third stop. Even if you don't understand everything, try to listen for keywords like left, right, straight, stop, or a station. These words actually use the most important part of the direction. So, let's imagine in a real situation. You just arrive at a station in a new city. You have your luggage, but you're not sure where is your hotel. You see someone nervous and decide to ask for help.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Could you help me?
Yes, what can I help you?
How can I get to Green Park Hotel?
Oh, yes, you can go straight and then about 5 minutes and then have a traffic light, you can turn left and then your hotel is on the right side of the
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. Even though it sounds simple, this is a short conversation is help you reach your destination safely. This is why basic English can be very useful in everyday life abroad. Before we finish this episode, here are some simple but important tips. First is always take a moment to check station sign. You have to check station sign carefully before boarding any transportation. And the second is, if you feel unsure, don't hesitate to ask someone for help. Most people are willing to help if you are polite. And the last one is, try to remember a few key direction words like left, right, straight, or stop. This is the words appear in almost every direction you will hear. Using public transportation and asking for direction in another country may feel difficult at the first. But once you know a few simple expressions, it becomes much easier and less stressful. So, in this episode, we've learned how to use public transportation, buy a ticket, understand station site, and ask for direction in real-life situation. And I hope in this episode we will feel more confident for you when you're traveling, studying, or living abroad. And thank you for watching English for Daily Life Abroad, Episode 1, Public Transportation and Navigation. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye!